but you connect with them because of your Venus sign, and then they may know a man or a woman, whoever you're looking for, who is also connected with them, and then you can connect with that other person, and then that could be your potential partner based on that initial connection you have because of the connection of the Venus with that person. And I'm going to explain to that very quickly. So, Venus in Aries. So, Venus in Aries, right? If you have a Venus in Aries, you have to be around someone who's very, your friendship circle have to be people who are basically determined, action orientated, very driven and passionate, and have a lot of energy. Do things action orientated. This is what you need. You need friends who are action orientated that will make you action orientated, and you are then more likely to meet more action orientated people who you potentially are attracted to and have more relationships with, or a relationship with. Taurus, Venus in Taurus. Now, this is about reliability and being around also people who are a little bit successful or who are dependable, who are strong, reliable people. If you have friendships who are strong, reliable, dependable, people who have their life put together very well, Venus and Taurus want to be around these people because you potentially get inspired by that connection and you want that same thing because you can see it, you can see how they operate, and then you want that same connection with someone else, and that's what becomes your, your mindset. They say that you can tell people how they are by the five people closest to them. So if this Venus in Taurus has five people who have that type of mindset, there is no way that this person is not going to obtain the partnership with that similar mindset, a relationship with that similar mindset. It's very simple. Venus in Gemini. This is again someone who needs a lot of communication, someone who needs to be around people who talk openly, freely, and vastly and variously, different types of discussions, different types of opinions. This is the type of person who really needs to be like listening to multiple opinions and not being judged for their own opinion or not judging anyone else for their opinion about various things. And also people who like to how can I say, like to be a little bit changeable. People who are not always the same. They don't want their friendships to have the same monotonous pattern. They need to have friendships who are various, and who are not various, who have variety, who have a lot of different variety and stuff like that. They don't want friendships that are just the same every day, every week, every month, every year. That's how also they want their relationship to be not the same. So yeah, Venus in Gemini, changeable, different communication, air sign. Venus in Cancer, their friendships need to be someone who has a lot of people who have emotional intelligence. It needs to be that, because without the emotional intelligence, they feel somehow they feel a lack of trust. Basically, they need someone to understand how they feel. When they need to know how, they need to understand. They need to be around people who know what to say to them at the right time. And I know that's a little bit hard, but that's their expectation. That's how they feel good. That's what they want in a relationship. They want the same in a relationship. They want that person to, be able to understand how they feel. And they have to first gain that in friendships. And those friendships, like I said, those people may know other people who are potential relationships for that person, and that emotional intelligence is there, and then it's all a good connection. I'm not saying it always happens, in a good positive way, but it has more potential to happen, and that's the key. Is nothing is ever 100%, but the possibility is higher, and that's what we're talking about here. Higher possibility. Leo needs to be around fun, exuberant, you know, flashy types of friends. They like that. I know Leo wants to be the number one. Don't get me wrong, but they also like people who are like that too. So being around that type of energy, they want a partner who is, you know, Leo Leo type, flashy, exuberant, big personality type characters. Do you know what I'm saying? People that are very, you walk in the room and you notice them immediately. That type of character, very fiery people. People who have a lot of passion, a lot of heart as well. A lot of, they're honest people and true people. They want their peoples to be their peoples, and that's what they want in friendships. They want their friendships to be tight. They want their friendships to be true. They want their friendships to have heart and love for each other. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is perfect for them in terms of relationship too. They want the same thing. So they have to have those friendships too. They have to have these types of friendships. It's important for them. Virgo. Now, Virgo needs communication, clearly. But they want, what they want from their friends is some organization. They want their friends to be organized. They want their friends to be, have their shit together. They don't want their friends to be scatty. They don't want friendships like that. They want friendships who are like, they're not like a mess all the time. Because sometimes they can be a mess too, don't get me wrong. But they don't want too many friends that are a mess, that are unreliable and things like that, because they don't want relationships like that as well. They don't want relationships with people who are unreliable. So they don't want to connect with people that are unreliable. It's really important for Virgo to know that you got your stuff in order when it's the Virgo Venus. Remember, I'm talking about the Venus sign here. Venus, not the Sun sign. Venus sign. This is only important for the Venus sign. What I'm saying. Um, Libra. Again, it's about communication, but more so, Venus in Libra. It's about true partnership. They want friends who know that it's about fairness. It's about equality. It's about, you know, you do this for me, I do this for you. It's all fair and it's all good. No one's trying to, you know, overstep anyone else. You know what I mean? It's a good connection in terms of, it's a good business deal. It's a good partnership. It's a good relationship. It's about balance. They want that in their friendships. They need balanced friendships around. They need that because it also teaches, like I said, sometimes the friendships are teaching us how we are in relationships. I know it doesn't teach us completely, but there is indications of it. And if you have friendships that are more, where the person for Venus and Libra, people that are more balanced in life, you're going to find that you're going to be connecting to relationships that are more balanced. It's really simple. You're going to connect with relationships that are more balanced too, because that's what you're used to. That's what your expectation levels are. Balance. For all of them. It's all of them are expectation levels. If people look at your friendships and the people you're around, that's also gonna be your relationship too. So you've got to have that in your relationship if you're Venus, in your friendship, if you're Venus in Libra, and you will have it definitely in your relationship, because you will not accept less. Now, Scorpio, Venus and Scorpio, they need intensity. Now, they need to be intense relationships that are deep, relationships that are about trust, relationships that you can rely on each other, because Venus in Scorpio, you can rely on that friend. That person who's Venus in Scorpio is reliable, is dedicated. He will not let you down. Yeah, he could potentially die for you, or he or her, should I say? They are like about it. Sometimes people find them too much, but they are so solid as friendships, and they want that replicated back to them, and they also expect that, like I said, in relationships. So if you're Venus in Scorpio, do not accept any relationship or friendship that is, the person is not got your back 100% like you have their back. And that might only be 4 people in your whole life, but you'll feel better with those 4 people in your whole life, Venus and Scorpio, than being with 20 people when you can't trust 16 of them, because they may, if something happens, you may not be able to trust them or rely on them. This is the key for Venus and Scorpio. So, and the thing is, if that is your tight circle, like 4 people, and one of those 4 people have a potential partner for you, you can trust that person to to introduce you to someone who who are very trustworthy as well, because they know that you're like how you are, and they are like how they are. It's really simple. Sagittarius need adventure, need friends who are down for the adventure, who are down for a good time, who are down for entertainment, who are fun loving and like to have a good time. They want to have a good time. They want to enjoy themselves. They don't want to be limited by anything really, when they're having a good time. So this is the key. You have to be around friendship. You have to have friendships that they know how to have a good time. It's really simple. Or on the other side, you could be a type of Sagittarius, because there are different types. Remember, it's a mutable sign. Mutable. fixed leader signs, fixed signs, mutable. Sagittarius is could also be someone who wants to go on a tangent about something philosophical. And I think all of them have the potential to do that. All of them with Venus and such have the potential to talk about things, but they want to connect with people who are like like that, who can talk about higher minded, higher level, higher learning types of things that are a bit philosophical and stuff like that, you know? So there's two types, or both potentially, in Sagittarius, but fun loving, good time, laughing and joking, adventurous, or the philosophical type. But they need to connect with people like that because they want a relationship like that. Capricorn, these are very serious people. They want serious friendships, want friendships where people are taking their life serious. They're not joking around. They're trying to achieve something. They're trying to do something with their life. Trying to do something with their life. That's the key. They want friends that are active in pursuing their goals. And I'm not saying that they will have no respect for people who aren't, but they want the partner who's doing the same. They want their partner who is actively pursuing their goals. So their friendships have to be that too. It's really simple. They are an earth sign, so again, the reliability and the stableness also from friends is there. But yeah, the goals are key. Aquarius, communication as well, another air sign. So they need friendships who are communicative. But this is more about having a large network of people. These guys are gonna, Venus in the Aquarius are gonna have lots of friends, and their friendships have to just be. It's just about having different types of friendships. They want a large amount of friendships, different people. They want to have that because they can gather information from all different types of people, and they like to understand different types of people. That's the thing with Venus in Aquarius. They want to understand different types of people. Their friendships will be many different creeds and races and cultures of people. They are. They tend to also go for relationships from people who are not from the same race or the same culture, religion, or whatever. I don't know. But they go for something completely different. That's what they like. They like uniqueness, and that's why they like to have so many different friends because they see uniqueness in so many different people. And yeah, they want to see they. This is why Aquarius generally, regardless of the Venus, if it's in the sun or whatever, moon doesn't matter. They are the easiest people to have relationships, just because, like I said, they know so many people, they connect with people so easily. They're super friendly. So for them, finding relationships isn't that hard. It's not hard for them. They're men. The men are the most married in Aquarius. Um, yeah, so it's very easy for them to obtain partnerships. Um, but still, they just have to be aware to connect to different people, and that's it really. And then they will find the relationships that they want, which they always do. Or um, Pisces, Venus and Pisces, they want friends who like they're a different type of Venus, compared to everyone else. They can be a little bit slightly withdrawn because they like their own space. They like their own company at times. They like to be just away from people. But at the same time, they want a friendship group that is highly connected. Like they want to connect with these people that their friends are on a deep level. They want to show these people how emotional and how they feel, and sensitivity and all these other different things, like how romantic they can be and stuff like that, and how helpful as well, how helpful they can be. They're very helpful towards their friends, um, and they want that. And they don't want it reciprocated so much, but they want the appreciation for it more so. They want to just be appreciated. They want their friendship group to appreciate them for what they give because they're very giving and understanding and compassionate. because they give their friends their time, their energy. If their friends are upset, they will give, give, give. They will always try to help them out, do the best they can for their friendships. And this is exactly how they are in relationships. And this is why, if they, if they're in that friendship zone where they're like around people who appreciate what they give, I think they'll be very much recommended for relationships, because these guys, Venus in Pisces, are very much the givers of in the romantic sense. So they will, they probably, this is for me the best Venus sign for a female. Like I said, Aquarius is I wouldn't say Venus for men, but Aquarius generally just have not a hard time finding relationships. But Venus in Pisces for women tend to do well. They don't tend to struggle to find relationships that much, to be honest with you, because they're so well recommended and so well liked that they have so many options. They just have so many different options for relationships. They don't even need my advice. I'm going to be honest with you. They don't. I've never ever come across a person in any of my consultations with Venus and Pisces who asked about relationships or struggled with relationships. So yeah, and if they do struggle with relationships, it's probably something else that is really bigger that is stopping them from being that true Venus and Pisces self when it comes to relationships. So yeah, um, that's it really. How you find your best relationship is based around how you are with your friends. I believe how you are with people, how your network is, because your five people that you know, five people that are closest to you. You can tell everything about yourself by telling and talking to the five people around you. And if those five people around you in your Venus and Taurus and they're not reliable, you're doing the wrong thing. The five people around you and your Venus in Libra and they're not equal, they're not balanced, they don't help you when you help them, they don't appreciate you, they don't understand the equality of your relationship, your friendship, it's not right for you. If your Venus in Gemini and the five people around you don't talk to you or don't communicate openly and honestly with you, you have a problem. So yeah, this is the key. I'm the astrology consultant. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. There's many more videos to come. Have a great day.